Good morning, fellow humans. It's day 2 of exploring every corner of Thailand on this tiny little motorbike. According to the kilometer-o-meter, I did about 40 kilometers yesterday, and we're still in Chiang Mai. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. It was all just errands and taking cool photos yesterday. And today, I think I'm feeling nervous because I haven't booked anywhere to stay, and I'm banking on this really cool place that I see online actually existing. Later on, the search for this place would lead me up a crazy mountain road. Before then, I had some important topics to discuss. Does anyone else find breakfast buffets the most bizarre and confusing thing in the world? They had all sorts there, so I got a waffle with marmalade on it, a fried egg, and then a bowl of cornflakes. In no world should these things actually belong in a meal together, but here we are. The sugar attracts all the flies in the whole of Chiang Mai. So I decided last night I was going to name my helmet Henri. Henry the helmet was catchy, but it was just too stylish to be a Henry. No offense, Prince Harry. So Henri sounds more French and stylish, so that's what we're going with. But I still haven't come up with a good name for the bike, something beginning with B. But all that aside, I've made a foolproof plan for today's activities. Firstly, thing 1, get out of town and start driving north. I'm going to make the north my first corner that I'm aiming for on this trip, because it's the closest and it'd be good to box one off early. 2, I think I found a cool place to visit on the way, because being on a bike for hours and hours on end is going to get pretty boring, and it's going to cause a lot of pain in my body, like the old man that I am already. Thing 3 is go and find a campsite that is in the mountains. I believe I can stay at tonight. However, there's nowhere to book it online, and everything I've read about this place is from a few undetailed TripAdvisor reports, but I'm like less than 50% sure about this. Or maybe I should just sleep on the side of the road. And then 4th and final, I plan on ticking off one of the bucket list items today. That's right, it's only day 2, and I plan on getting one of the 12 bucket list items done. But it looks like I've got more than 200 kilometers of riding to do today, so I should really finish my waffles accompanying my fried egg and my cornflakes and hit the road. Ready? Boom. So for pretty much the whole journey, you'll see me wearing these fake Adidas sliders, but I do still need to take these with me. And word to the wise, if you're tying them to the back of the bike like I'm about to make sure they don't dangle so that they can get caught in the engine mechanism or the tyre or the suspension or whatever it was that chewed these up. Yes, excellent. All right, 1, 2, 3. I think we're ready to go. As I lumbered out of town, it hit me for the first time the sheer scale of the challenge ahead of me. All right, that's it then. I'm off. I've honestly been wanting to do a trip like this ever since I came to Thailand for the first time 7 years ago. The entire country on a bike. Part of me thinks I'm a little tiny bit stupid, but what else is new? So why not channel that stupidity into something really stupid? 6,000 kilometers on a bike that already I'm realizing I'm too big for. I'm far too big for this bike. After a brief stop at one of the 40,000 temples that are in Thailand, these future monks are playing chicken with the cars, I ploughed on down the road before I found something unexpected at a junction. Why is there a plane there? We're just at the side of a road, we're at a junction. There's 2 planes, look. A US Air Force plane. I'm gonna Google this. I wanna know why this is here. Okay, Google's not being useful. I'm just gonna go inside and see what's up. Oh, by the way, there's also an upside down house with a car on the roof thing there. Bizarrely, the plane was now a cafe. Just me.
140, sir.
And included in the price came a drink, so I picked the healthiest option.
Chocolate brown sugar bubble.
Yeah, why not? I've never had anything like that. Okay, thank you. The airplane, what airline was it before it changed?
Thai Airways.
This was Thai Airways. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, makes sense. Right. I'll be honest, I can see why they retired it. I mean, I wouldn't want to know that crack was on the plane when I was flying on it. After enjoying my first ever experience of business class, I decided there was only one way to show you around. Cue montage music. Did anybody else know they had pedals? Yeah, that's not connected to anything now. Are they meant to be like a thruster as well, or pilots use their feet? This is so cool. Time for the obligatory photo. Oh wait, so this is a perfect location for my what 3 words photo. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I explained it all in yesterday's video. Linked here. And today's words are prosecutes gladness moped. One good thing about me being a pilot here is there's 0 chance of me crashing. I can't get it off the ground. No matter what button I press, it just won't move. Now that's a safe pilot right there. I decided it was best to leave before this plane reached the same fate as my drones. Alrighty then. Goodbye aeroplane. It's almost midday now. I've really not made the progress I thought I would so far. I keep stopping and seeing stuff, so I just need to keep going to these interesting, weird waterfalls that I want to check out. But just gonna go quickly check out this waterfall, and I gotta get back on the road. So these things are called the sticky, well, what is the official name? Boatong waterfall. But on Google Maps, it's called Sticky Waterfalls. So to explain why they're called the Sticky Waterfalls is because the nature of the rock in them. I needed help from a more intelligent source, which told me there was calcium in the water from the springs, and that stuck itself to the rocks. But it makes them naturally grippy. That's why you see everybody climbing up them. Despite having a backpack filled with electronics, I decided I should have a go as well. Although my confidence took a knock when I saw this sign. This is how they warn people to be careful here. Photos of when people haven't been careful. Poor dude, whoever that was. Imagine falling here and then being made into a signpost, an example of what not to do. Don't want to carry these up, so I think I'm being a bit of a genius right now. Okay, so I'm not going to risk it with this camera, so I'm switching to the GoPro now. Oh, that is, I mean, they got the name for a reason, but that is honestly really grippy. Oh wow, that is the weirdest feeling. The water is so nice and refreshing as well. I wonder why they called it sticky and not grippy. I mean, it's not like the rock is like coming up like goo with my feet or anything. Maybe it's just sticky is funnier from an immature standpoint. Don't know who those immature people would be. They're not me, but... Okay, back to the bike. So I've got a long ride to the campsite that I'm going to try and stay at tonight. And after I get to the campsite, I'm going to drop my stuff off, and then I'm going to try and tick off a bucket list item. So I should really just keep driving for what Google Maps says is the next 3.5 hours. Oh, my arse is going to hurt so bad. No! But it's going to be okay. The reward should be worth the pain. I hope. So I'm in the middle of nowhere, riding my bike, And that, by the side of the road, appears to be a huge Buddha-sized statue of a monk. And he kind of looks like Gandhi. But this is where I am. How mad's that? As I kept riding, the views were proving just how in the middle of nowhere I was. I love mountains. But the hills were once again proving that I was too big for my bike. No, it's slowly dying. Ah! Change down, quick! You know, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll just leave it in first the whole way up. And with the miles rolling by, the long ride appeared to be taking a bit of a toll on my sanity. Woohoo! Woo! So I've been going for a little while now, a couple hours left. And I keep having those moments, I hope I'm not the only one that gets these, where you just drift off into daydream while you're riding, or I get this when I'm driving a car, and then you kind of just regain almost consciousness for a moment, and you're like, oh, how did I get here? And then you're very much awake because you're like, holy hell, I could have died, I wasn't paying attention. But a better way to do that is to just let your mind wander, and my brain ends up, it's like it's playing ping pong with like devil's advocate arguments about the most random subjects. Imagine two people texting back and forth about why some donuts have holes in them and some don't. That's my brain today, and often when I'm on a bike. An hour later I pulled over at a roadside shop and I learned why I was going so insane. So I have just realised in my genius packing, I completely forgot to leave room for any form of water, or liquid of any kind for that matter. So I've not drunk anything in all day. Kopkum cap. I chugged down the water like a machine. So good. Then I once again hit the road. Many kilometers later, I found the road I'd need to climb to reach the campsite. At least, that's what I thought. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. So I've now found the right road, but it's a lot less main than the one before. Time for some country road driving. Well, I've found the road. I'm looking up at the mountain that it's going up, I believe. Quite a long way, it's quite tall. I'm very glad I filled up with gas. This twisting ribbon of pimply tarmac was steeper than the UK's rate of inflation. I got it. And then after many kilometers of strain on the engine, the strain on the suspension began too. I thought it was good news when I reached a mountain town. But following Google Maps a little further, that turned out to be very wrong. I rode in near silence for a while because I was concentrating so hard. Wow, the ground is... I can feel it loose underneath me. That's insane. What is this road? Jesus. And with the sun setting so fast, I had to pull over and make a decision. Okay, so here's the situation. It is currently 16:37. The sun sets in an hour and a half. My concern is I could get up there and it could take me another half an hour or an hour on this road. Who knows how long. And then when I get there, I'll be at altitude with it getting dark and I don't have any warm clothes. So if there's any issues with this campsite, or if they provide nothing in the tents which are supposedly there, then I'm just going to be sleeping on the ground of a tent with nothing to keep me warm. I have one thin long sleeve shirt, no long trousers, but my bucket list item is also up there. So I'm going to come back here tomorrow, early morning, where I'll have the full day ahead of me, won't need to worry about the light, and climb
Thailand's second tallest mountain. That's what the bucket list item is. But for now, I've not eaten all day. I should get some water and I should find somewhere to stay for the night. I've also got to survive getting down this dirt roller coaster with no safety features. Wish me luck.
Now you're a big boy. What a big boy. Okay, he's kind of scary now. I'm gonna go. Okay, so myself and Henri have stopped at our favourite locally run supermarket. I've got myself a little drink. And I'm just gonna have a look for somewhere to stay tonight. I think I found somewhere, but it's a little off the grid and the name is entirely written in Thai. I think we might just drive there and see what we find. If it looks good, we'll stay there. As a side note, the town I decided to stay in was called Fang, which reminds me of Hagrid's dog from Harry Potter.
Right, come on now, I'm a bit preoccupied today.
This place was worth taking a bet. I'm very happy I'm not at the campsite right now. The man who owns it is very kind. The price on booking.com was discounted down to 225 baht. I offered to pay that. He said, no, 200 is okay. I feel very privileged. And it's so cute as well. Look at this. There is these little things that head over to the river, the lake, or the pond. Those bridges are literally just concrete pillars resting on the metal. Very nice over there too. I love this little place. There's no Wi-Fi, but I have data on my other phone and there's electricity in the room. That is everything I need. 200 baht for the night. That's like $5. It's insanely cheap for a private room. I'm going to end the video here. I've got to get up very early in the morning to go and hike that mountain, which I was planning to do today. And I'm not about to get crazy behind schedule 2 days into the trip. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go get some food. I need to find a better way to end this.